Hello. Greetings.
Hello!
Welcome to the 2020 Helen Hayes virtual celebration. Thank you for joining us here tonight from wherever you are.
In addition to the nominees here in this virtual room, we have a community room filled with friends, family, colleagues, and the greater theater community that wanted to be present and support these nominees at this time. Let's get a look at all of our friends and colleagues waving. Hello!
Hello,
Yay!
everybody. Thank you for being there. That's
Yay!
fantastic. Everybody
This
looks beautiful.
unprecedented time has us all looking to connect in different ways. I'm now going to introduce Amy Austin, the president and CEO of Theater Washington, who would like to share a greeting and a message to the community.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amy Austin, she, hers, and welcome to the Helen Hayes Awards. This is the last of 7 nights, and it'll be followed by a culminating event on September 25th at 7 p.m. The awards are being presented virtually during a time when the theater community is suffering from the loss of performance in the theaters, loss of work, particularly for independent theater makers, and loss of jobs in institutions. We also want to affirm the heightened need for equity, anti-racism, and anti-oppression in our theater institutions, and for our Black, Indigenous, and people of color artists. We want to recognize the need for change and community change. We want to recognize this need for change is not new, but long overdue. And the way forward is often one that does not require more time or learning, but simply trusting that those who are most harmed by oppression and inequity know exactly what changes need to happen. The time now is to simply listen and support each other in making the very changes that too many have been asking for too long. While we take the time to celebrate the collective and collaborative work of the community, we want to thank foundations, individuals, and sponsors who have supported the Helen Hayes Awards. We're celebrating them for the first time without our longtime board chair, theater producer, and lover, Victor Sharguy. We thank Craig Pascal, Victor's husband, and the family of Victor Sharguy, Eric and Heidi Murkoff, Frida, Evan, Sarah Zing Eisenberg, and Sandy and Tim Hathaway. We thank our community sponsor, Andrew R. Ammerman, our chairs, John and Meg Hauge, Monty Hoffman, the Share Fund, Vassar Browerman Group, Debbie Schrager and Scott Abelman, Alan Savada and Will Stevenson, Carl Smith and Michael Burke, Myrna Fawcett. The Office of Cable Television, Film and Music and Entertainment in the District of Columbia, led by Director Angie Gates, and the District of Columbia Arts and Humanities Commission, led by Acting Executive Director Haran Sarika Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. We would like to introduce our special guest here tonight, the nominees for Outstanding Direction in a Musical in both the Helen and the Hayes categories. And we'll do a brief round of introductions. And so please tell us your name, your pronouns, the name of the show and the theater you are nominated for. And if this is your first nomination, please tell us. And if it's not your first time being nominated, say one word to describe how you're feeling tonight. And when you're done, I'll pass it along to the next nominee.
Let me demonstrate. Hello, my name is Holly Twyford. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm a co-presenter with the fabulous Bobby Smith, and I'm feeling all a Twitter.
Oh.
How about that? Is that, I don't know, does that work? And now I'll pass it along to Bobby.
Yeah, my name is Bobby Smith. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am a co-presenter with the radiant Holly Twyford, and I am feeling exuberant. And again, when you're done, I'll pass it along to the next nominee. So first, I'm going to pass it along to Matt Connor.
Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Connor. He, his, him. I was the director of Disney's Beauty and the Beast at Creative Cauldron, and I'm having all the feelings. All of them.
Thank you, Matt. And our second nominee tonight, Ricky Drummond, is unable to be with us. So I'm going to pass it along to Sean Kettering.
Sean Kettering, he, him. I directed A Christmas Story at Toby's Dinner Theater, and I'm feeling pretty good.
Thank you, Sean. And next is Nick Martin.
Hi, I'm Nick Martin, he, him, his, and I directed Little Shop of Horrors at Constellation Theater Company, and I'm vibrational.
Vibrational.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
That's really good. Thank you, Nick. I would pass it along to Michael Windsor, but he can't be with us tonight. So I'm going to pass it along to Peter Flynn.
Hi, everybody. I'm Peter Flynn, he, him, his. I directed Into the Woods at Ford's Theater, and I'm feeling excited and grateful.
That's two. Those are good ones, though.
You pick for me, Bobby.
Did you? Thank you, Peter. And I'll pass it along to Matt Gardner.
Hi, I'm Matt Gardner. He, him, his. I was the director of Chorus Line at Signature Theater, and I am feeling nostalgic.
Oh. Thank you, Matthew. And now, Mr. Alan Paul.
Hey, I'm Alan Paul, he, him, his. I directed Cabaret at Olney Theater Center, and I'm feeling no pain.
Thank you, Alan. Our ninth nominee, Molly Smith, is unable to join us tonight, so I'll pass it along to Jerry Whitten.
Hi, I'm Jerry Whitten. He, him, his. I directed Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus at the Kennedy Center, and I am feeling, after seeing Paul, thirsty.
Thank you, Jerry.
Congratulations to all our nominees. We also want to acknowledge our other partners in these projects. First Chair Interpreted Productions for providing American Sign Language interpretation, and Creative Video of Washington for providing technical, audio, and visual coordination. Thank you so much to all of you.
So, directing a musical production requires a balance of many skills. Its vision and creativity must be balanced with collaboration and communication to bring the entire team together to create a unified storytelling experience through the text, imagery, music, and movement.
Now, we would like to highlight each nominee for outstanding direction in a musical, Helen. So in preparing these calls, we were able to collect highlights from the biographies of the nominees or a tribute from a colleague, mentor, collaborator whom the nominee recommended that spoke to their work this year. For Matt Connor's nominated work in Creative Cauldron's production of Disney's Beauty and the Beast, music director Lee Delano had this to say. Matt Connor is the kind of director that, facing the impossible, reaches so far outside the box that you forget it ever existed in the first place. In Beauty and the Beast, Matt transformed the notoriously big musical into an intimate, truthful, and wildly creative piece, breathing new life into a story that so many know so well. Matt is a true collaborator and all-around wonderful human, rightly treasured by everyone who gets to work with him and his one-of-a-kind creative genius.
Ricky Drummond is nominated for the Keegan Theater's Legally Blonde. Ashley King, the production's choreographer, had this to say. Ricky directs with empathy, intelligence, patience, and infectious joy that makes a cast and a community. A director generous with his time and his support. He is there to help anyone navigate a laugh or a transition or a moment of insecurity, reminding each member why they are uniquely qualified to be in the room. These are moments that only happen when a leader you can trust with a friend, with someone like Ricky.
For Sean Kettering's nominated work on Toby's Dinner Theater's production of A Christmas Story, choreographer Mark Minnick had this to say. With his love for the motion picture, I knew Sean was the director for our production. While staying true to iconic moments, he brought a fresh vision to a piece loved by so many. He created a funny, heartwarming production that audiences truly enjoyed. Congratulations.
For Nick Martin's nominated work on Constellation Theater's production of Little Shop of Horrors, Assistant Director Francesca Chilcote had this to say: "Being in the rehearsal room with Nick is a singular experience. Like all good directors, he enters totally prepared for what he wants to accomplish and how he wants to accomplish it. What makes him a great director is that he's just as interested in the perspectives and instincts of the artist he's assembled in that room. And he listens and incorporates them, rendering his director's vision a living, breathing thing that contains parts and pieces of every artist working on the production. He carries the spirit of confidence, curiosity, collaboration, passion, and empathy into every meeting and every countless conversation required to make a musical happen. It enriches and elevates his process, and damn, does it show in his product." Congratulations.
About Michael Windsor, nominated for Monumental Theater Company's Daddy Longlegs, music director Marika Contouris had this to say: "Working with Michael is always a treat. His ability to create honest storytelling by always living in the now is inspiring. Michael's endless ideas, daring concepts, and eye for design make him a brilliant director. I wouldn't want to build a window seat with anyone else. Congratulations."
We are so lucky to be in this virtual room with all of this talent. Congratulations again. And now it's time to reveal who is the recipient of the 2020 award. And the recipient for Outstanding Direction in a Musical in the Helen category is... Boy, these are hard. You all did these good. Okay. Matt Connor, Disney Beauty and the Beast Creative Cauldron.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, Bobby, your computer froze right at the moment you called my name.
Wait, Matt Connor, Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what to
Creative
say.
Cauldron.
I don't know what to say. This was a crazy, crazy idea in a black box with 27 cast members. A shout out to all the 27 cast members. The 6-member orchestra that Lee Delano made sound like 16 pieces. The youth ensemble, Ellie and Wynn, and a shout out to Laura Connors Hall, Margie Jervis's amazing costumes, amazing set, an amazing bookcase that kept doing crazy things, Lynn Jocelyn's lights. It was the most thrilling and terrifying ride of my life. I have to use more moisturizer ever since that project. I'm sure everyone wants to do a remount after COVID. I just am really honored to be in the same room with so many amazing directors. It feels kind of surreal. Anyways, congrats to all my fellow nominees. I don't even know what to even say. But once again, about Lee Delano, she was an amazing part of the story, a great collaborator, a beautiful friend, and I just want to end on saying, oh, and also a shout out to my beautiful husband, Stephen Gregory Smith. We've been married and divorced 17 times during COVID. It's been beautiful. Beauty and the Beast is about transformation. We are currently in a time of transformation. Our lives are constantly transforming. I'm lucky to be a part of a theater community in Washington, D.C., where I can transform not only alone, but together. I close with science is real, Black Lives Matter, love is love. No human is illegal, women's rights are human rights, and kindness is everything. And in honor of 9/11 today, may we never forget. Thank you so much. I'm so honored.
Thank you so much, Matt, for those words, and congratulations to you. Congratulations to all the nominees. Now, we would like to, at this point, highlight each nominee for Outstanding Direction in a Musical, Haze.
For Peter Flynn's nominated work on Into the Woods at Ford's Theater, the production's choreographer Michael J. Bobbitt had this to say. He wrote, Whenever Peter is in the room gets incredibly better. Everyone who collaborates with him witnesses and feels the confidence of his art, his theatricality, his precise storytelling, and without a doubt, his care and his love. I'm so thrilled to have had a handful of projects with Peter and so glad to call him a friend. But mostly, I am grateful for all that I have learned. When Peter is in the room, love is in the room, and that's why the room gets better.
About Matthew Gardner. Nominated for a chorus line at Signature Theater, stage manager Carrie Epstein had this to say. She wrote, "It is a singular sensation to be in a rehearsal room with Matthew Gardner. In all shows, but especially on a chorus line, he creates an atmosphere that allows actors and designers to step out of the box, to find their own truth and tell their own story. Matthew continues to push us all to do better. He cares deeply about the art and the artists and the greater place in the world each one holds. Congrats."
For Alan Paul's nominated work on Olney Theater Center's production of Cabaret, cast member and friend Tom Story had this to say. Alan Paul managed to completely reimagine Cabaret in a gorgeous and haunting production at Olney Theater Center. Alan understands classics and how to honor them while allowing them to speak to our current moment. It is a rare gift. He has impeccable taste and a keen eye for design. He casts unique individuals and encourages them to bring their uniqueness to the stage. Alan's directorial gesture at the end of Cabaret is one of the most inspired moments of theater I have ever been a part of. I am proud to be a member of his little company of artists, and even prouder to be his friend.
About Molly Smith, nominated for Newsies at Arena Stage, the production's choreographer, Parker Essie, had this to say. Molly possesses the unparalleled ability to bring out the best work in her collaborators and company. She is a director who is unafraid to take risks, dares the audience to challenge their own beliefs, and highlights subject matter which resonates with today's climate. A true actor's director. She asks profound questions in the rehearsal hall, leading the company to take ownership of the material and subsequently elevating their performances on stage. A master of her art, Molly directed Newsies with grace, passion, and hope for a better tomorrow. By the first day of her rehearsal process, Molly has already gained the deepest respect for those around her because of her dedication to support every artist in her presence. Thank you, Molly, for your unwavering leadership and boundless vision to create dynamic and inclusive, story-driven theater, art, and creative spaces. Your direction of Newsies was spectacular.
For Jerry Whitten's nominated work on the Kennedy Center's Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, the musical, their colleague, Harry Poster, had this to say. We looked through our Rolodex of directors who could serve us musical comedy gold, and at the top of our list was, of course, George Abbott. Sadly, he hasn't been available for a while, so we kept looking down the list from the A's, and when everyone else had turned us down and we got to W, there was Jerry Whitten. But of course, that's not true at all. Jerry was our only choice for this new musical comedy because he not only treats every word or lyric like Sondheim, but he also knows that kids are our most important audience. And if you ever let them down, you will never get them back. His joy in the rehearsal room is contagious. He can mine comedy out of a potato. And he's the only person in the world who I trust with a singing, dancing, know-it-all pigeon. As he's known for saying, we're just making theater, not saving lives. But with Jerry at the helm, I have a feeling we're getting pretty close.
Thank you so much for all of those wonderful tributes. What an amazing display of creativity and technical skill from all of these incredibly talented nominees. And it is now time to reveal who is the recipient of the 2020 award. And the recipient for Outstanding Direction in a Musical Haze is Matthew Gardner for A Chorus Line at Signature Theater.
Wow, thank you. Thank you to Theater Washington. Thank you to the Helen Hayes judges. I have to share this award first and foremost with Dennis Jones, because without him, there was no show. To everyone on that amazing line, the geniuses that worked backstage, the orchestra, John Confleisch, Carrie Epstein. I'm so proud of you all and adore you all. And of course, I have to thank Signature staff led by Maggie Boland and my mentor and friend, Eric Schaefer, who believed in me for the last 20 years. I would not be where I am without him. This has been a trying several months for all of us, especially for people who've chosen a career in the performing arts. I grew up in DC. My first shows in the theater were at the Kennedy Center and at Arena Stage. The first shows I was in at the age of 5 were at Ford's Theater and Shakespeare Theater. And I've worked at, as I said, at Signature for a while now. I believe in this theater community. I believe in the artistry of this theater community. And I know that the next chapter for us after all of this is going to be something remarkable. So I just want to say thank you again. Thank you to Theater Washington and Amy for bringing us together and reminding us a little bit about the magic of theater, even in this crazy present world we live in. So thanks.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you, and congratulations to all of the nominees this year. It is an incredible room, and you guys are all so talented. I know most of you, and you're just wonderful. And thank you for everyone joining us virtually this year to celebrate the nominees for Outstanding Direction in a Musical. It has been a pleasure to be with you in this virtual space, and tune back in for the next awards category tonight, Outstanding Choreography in a Play at 8 p.m.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Congratulations again to all the nominees. Congratulations to Matt and Matthew. And we will see you at September 25th at 7 p.m. for the virtual celebration. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night. Congratulations, everybody.
Good night.